coffee so far this morning, so I am going to need reminders. Okay, I've gotten the supplies out of the cupboard. I'm garbed in my raincoat, my hair bonnet, keep everything clean. The supplies that we have here are the udder wash. We have the filter for the spring, the gasket are in this basket where they've been kept since we sterilized them after their last use. We're going to assemble the bucket. The stanchions are, the inflations up on the upper left. I call them the suckers. That's what goes on the teats. On the right is the mechanism that's going to go on the bucket. It's going to, the suction hose for the air leads the compressor. So, everything is sterilized after the last use.
But you're going to sterilize it again.
And we're going to sterilize it again before we use it. I'm going to grab my goodies here, excuse me.
Okay, don't use the paper filter when you sterilize.
Right. I'll go clean that here for now. It's alright. So we're going to take these out. This is the gasket, and it goes up here.
Lip.
Pardon?
Lip.
Lip? Yes.
Lip.
There is a lip on the gasket that aims down, and it's going to seal around the edge, around the opening of the milking bucket. The spring goes in here. For sterilizing purposes, we're going to put it in plain. Before we do the milking, that paper filter is going to go on here. And it attaches, and I'm always awkward with this, it attaches right here and screws on like that. Okay? I'm going to be awkward. I would try very hard not to touch the inside of the milk bucket. When it has milk in it, it's going to have some weight to it, but we're going to handle it by the handle, and under that blue rim, there's an edge you can grip on for pouring purposes. We're going to wash hands first, and hot water's up and running. Okay.
You don't wash into when you say wash into the dirty thing.
Okay. The reminders help. Wash our hands. I really hope this is going to be a practice round and we can do it again.
We can do this any time you like on the phone.
Okay, washing into the dirty sink. The sink is in 3 sections. I'm sorry, I'm going to grab. Yeah, because I didn't think about bringing my rags today. The sink is in 3 sections. We have a dirty side, we have a clean in the middle, and over here is milk. When you milk, this is going to have cold water in it. As soon as you pour it, put the lid on, it goes straight into the ice cold water to immediately start cooling it down to 35 degrees. The clean side, everything that ends up in this middle thing needs to be clean. Anything dirty goes on that side. And by dirty, it doesn't necessarily mean, filthy. It means non-sterile. And we start by filling up this bucket with, we fill this bucket with the hot water, the water that's our new hot water heater coming out of the hot water heater over here. And we're going to run at least 3 gallons of this super hot water through the equipment, and it will sterilize it. It'll rinse any dust out of the lines, debris, anything that shouldn't be there to begin with. It's going to flush it all out.
How are you going to know when it's 3 gallons? Are you working right out of there?
There's measurements on
Yeah,
that.
there's
okay.
measurements on here,
Fair
and
enough.
I don't know if that's a 3-gallon bucket or not, but,
Measurement on there. Okay, that makes sense.
and
Thank
I
you.
will turn it around so it shows.
Thank you.
There you go. The gallon markers on one side, liter markers on the other, and on the other side, there are pound markers so that you'll know how heavy that's going to be when you have a certain amount of milk in it. You can figure about 8 pounds per gallon, and so if you're getting 3 gallons of milk out of one cow, you're talking well over 20 pounds, and so judge your strength, what you can handle weight-wise. Okay, so this, it has the gasket on it, lip side down to go around here. Put these there. This is the pulsator. There's a notch here. That's going to go up, and that is going to latch on there, hold it down tight so that we get the suction from the compressor. These are the inflations. 2 of them have plugs. There are also in the basket cone-shaped plugs that are sometimes easier to work with than getting these in there. So we're going to put this in this is going in the bucket of super hot water. There. Everything's all put together like that. And since we want at least a minimum of 3 gallons to rinse everything out, I'll turn the hot water back on. I'm going to come over here and flip the switch for the compressor. It's sucking it up from the inflation through here. Exactly what it's going to do with the cow's milk. And we're going to watch for the water level. You don't want it getting too high if you're dealing with hot water or with the milking. You'll need to empty it before it gets too high. Let me turn the water on a little bit more. Sorry. So all that water. Now we've been having different procedures on where we're pouring the hot.
Pause.